So I think in addition to that, there's one or two technologies that are sort of starting to emerge. One word that's being thrown around a lot right now is digital twins. And you're seeing this used often in the context of industrial automation. The idea of digital twins is that you have your physical working environment, and then you also have your virtual working environment. So in theory, at least, you can see simultaneously what's happening.
Oh, so like a VR workspace.
Yes, a VR workspace, if you like. So if you're a manager, you can suddenly see where all the vehicles are, etc., in real time.
Oh, okay, wow.
So I think obviously this requires a tremendous amount of graphics power, tremendous amount of AI, but I think definitely that trend will accelerate in the next couple of years. And I think for us, from our perspective, is that once you start putting cameras on vehicles like we have with the forklift safety system, then suddenly you can start to capture a lot more data that ultimately then you'll be able to feed into your digital twin framework later on.
Right, so you can see the positions and maybe orientations of the vehicles, and even possibly click on the vehicles to see like some camera feeds.
Absolutely. I think that's obviously a long-term process, but something like our system, we see that as a first step.
Right. And if you have the forklift safety system on older vehicles and newer vehicles, they will just feed into this cloud where you have this opportunity coming up in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, now, for example, you still, a lot of factories maybe have Wi-Fi, but I think later on you're going to start seeing more of a transition to 5G. And then with 5G, then these kind of simulations will become a lot easier to implement. Right. Because of the greater bandwidth, etc. I think a second trend we're looking at is how to combine cameras with radar. Now, already on our heavy equipment safety system, our mining equipment and these kind of things, we're starting to develop that technology and we're starting to deploy it. And we think we can see a lot of customer interest in doing that at the forklift level.
For a consumer, when we think radar, we're obviously thinking of going too fast and speed limits and this kind of thing. But how is this applied to the workspace?
Cameras do have some limitations in terms of detection. And right now, for example, you look at our system, we're mainly focused on people. It's people detection that we're doing. We're not doing object detection.
So radar.
What the radar will enable us to do is to add an object detection layer to the system as well.
So it's more like a 3D scanner per se. You can use radar to determine the depth and distance between objects.
Exactly. So I think we started out with pedestrian detection. We're continuing to optimize that algorithm for different environments, etc. And then beyond that, then we still see a growing demand for radar as well.